Hello, here Akhil Srivastava teaching you Maths of Class 9, Chapter 8, Quadrilateral. Example and theorem is over. Example 5 and theorem 8.8. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, one pair. Now we'll see the example number 6. ABCD is a parallelogram in which P and Q are the midpoint of. Given ABCD is a parallelogram in which P and Q are the midpoint of AB and CD. ABCD is a parallelogram where P and Q are the midpoint of AB and CD. If AQ intersect DP, and BQ intersect CP, at R, S and R, then prove that APCQ is a parallelogram. Given, what is given? Very simple, and it is based on theorem 8.8. ABCD parallelogram, P and Q are midpoints. AQ and DP intersect at S. BQ and CP intersect at R. To prove, there is a first part, APCQ is parallelogram. APCQ is parallelogram. Second part, DPBQ is parallelogram. Third part, PSQR is a parallelogram. PSQR is parallelogram. So these things you can prove by very simple way. What are the ways? Proof. In this, because ABCD is parallelogram, therefore AB is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Opposite side of a parallelogram. Or you can say that half AB parallel to equal to half CD, and half AB is also parallel to half CD, part of parallel line, half AB. So by this you can see, this is the, you want to prove APCQ. It is your APCQ. It is your parallelogram APCQ. Half of AB will be AP. You can write AP is equal to CQ. Q is the midpoint, so CQ or CD, so you can write CQ. And half AB you can write AP. Parallel to half CD you can write CQ. So AP is parallel to CQ, AP is equal to CQ because P and Q are midpoint. It is given. So half of AB will be this. One pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. Therefore, quadrilateral APCQ is a parallelogram because one pair of opposite sides parallel and equal. That we know. It is given in the theorem 8.8. If one a quadrilateral, one pair of opposite sides parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. Similarly, DPBQ, similarly, same condition at the place of AP, exactly same. AP, you can write AP or you can write DQ. You can write CQ or you can write DQ. So AP is replaced by PB, CQ is replaced by DQ. So you can write similarly quadrilateral DPBQ, which is the second part, is parallelogram. Why? Quadrilateral DPBQ is a parallelogram. Only exactly same thing you follow. You write down AB equal to CD, half AD, half CD. Only this will be replaced. For this, it will be DP is equal to QD and BP is parallel to QD. So this will be a parallelogram by same process. Now the PSQR. What will you prove? Third part. Third part is very simple. What is the third part? Because APCQ is parallelogram, so AQ is parallel to PC or not? APCQ, then AQ is parallel to CP. And then what about the QS and PR? Or you can write what is this? AQ part is QS. QS is parallel to PR. Part of parallel line. Part of parallel line. You can write part of parallel line. Similarly, PBQD is parallelogram proved above. So PR is parallel, PS is parallel to PS. This PD is parallel to QB, so PS is parallel to QR. This PS is parallel to QR. And these two, one is this and one is this. By this, it is both are pair of opposite sides of parallelogram. So quadrilateral. So quadrilateral PRQS is parallelogram because both pairs of opposite sides parallel. Both pair of opposite sides are parallel, so it is also a parallelogram. Question is very simple. Without figure it is given, then also you can draw, and then you will take that only one proof is here, second is directly same, and then these are part of parallel line. Now the exercise 8.1. Exercise 8.1 we'll see. In the exercise 8.1 it is given exercise 8.1. In the exercise 8.1 question number 1 is given. Exercise 8.1. Here and exercise. Some questions you are seeing. What is the exercise 8.1? In the exercise 8.1, question number 1 is given. The angle of a quadrilateral are in the ratio. First question is 3:5:9:13 is given. Find the angles of the quadrilateral. All the angles of the quadrilateral you want to find out. Simply let angles are 3x, 5x, 9x, 13x. So by ASPQ, 3x plus 5x plus 9x plus 13x is equal to 360 degrees. So interior angle sum property of a quadrilateral, sum of all the angle is 360 degrees. So 5 plus 3 8, 9 plus 8 17, plus 320 plus 10 30. 30x is equal to 360 degrees. Then x is equal to 360 upon 30. 12. So first angle 3x is equal to 3 into 12. Second angle 5x is equal to 5 into 12. Third angle 9x, 9 into 12. And fourth angle 13x, 13 into 12. So you will get 36 degree, 60 degree, 108 degree, 156 degree. You can add, your sum will be 360. Your sum will be 360. Like this you can do it. Question number 2 is given. If the diagonal of a parallelogram are equal, then show that it is a rectangle. If the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal. Question number 2. Given diagonals of a parallelogram, ABCD parallelogram, AC is equal to BD. To prove ABCD is a rectangle. To prove ABCD is a rectangle, diagonal of a parallelogram are equal. Then prove that it is a rectangle. Parallelogram you will draw. You want to prove rectangle, so you draw a rectangle, write a parallelogram. You draw a rectangle and write a parallelogram. A, B, C, D. Proof. It is a parallelogram. So in triangle ABC and triangle BAD, AB is equal to AB, common. BC is equal to AD, opposite side. BC is equal to AD, opposite side. AC is equal to BD, given. By triple S congruency, triangle ABC congruent to triangle BAD. Triangle ABC congruent to triangle BAD. So angle BAD is equal to angle ABC by CPCT. This angle is equal to this angle by CPCT. So, but angle BAD plus angle ABC is equal to 180 degree adjacent angle of parallelogram. The sum of two adjacent angle are point here, angle 180. Or you can write angle BAD plus angle BAD is equal to 180 degree. It is by first. By first you have proved. By first you have proved ABC is equal to BAD. So twice of angle BAD is equal to 180 degrees. Or BAD is equal to 90 degrees. BAD 90 degree. Therefore, parallelogram ABCD is a rectangle. Why it is rectangle? If one angle of a parallelogram 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. If one angle of a parallelogram 90 degree, then parallelogram is a rectangle. Hence proved. What will you write here? Hence proved. Your question is over. So that's all for today. We will explain next question in the next lecture. Thanks.